What's up, gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Before we get into this video, make sure to smash that like button. It really helps me out with the algorithm, and I would be forever grateful. In this video, we're going to talk about how I personally create a social circle wherever I go in the entire world, so I can date higher quality women, so I can create business contacts, so I can build a global network to help me live a better life and get the things that I want more easily, such as building relationships with lawyers, accountants, people who do residency, and various other things. But obviously for this channel, most people are going to be interested in dating higher quality women, so I'm going to show you exactly what I do to do that. And the reason I'm doing this is because in the previous video, which I'll probably link somewhere around here, I talked a little bit about why foreigners tend to get the leftover women overseas. And underneath that video, a gentleman asked me how I personally build a social circle wherever I go. So that's what I'm going to share with you. Now, first and foremost, there are 3 or 4 things that I do in any country I go to. So the first thing is, obviously, I do jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and a little bit of boxing. Mainly jiu-jitsu, though. And so that is going to be one of the primary ways I build my social circle. So wherever I go in the world, I go and find a place that I can do jiu-jitsu. And I find jiu-jitsu has pretty high quality people, partially because jiu-jitsu lessons per month, not exactly the cheapest thing on the planet. So you meet a lot of doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, and other high-value people doing jiu-jitsu. And obviously, by being in these places for an extended period of time, I can start to build relationships. And that is one thing that I should touch on first. A lot of people aren't going to do the stuff that I share with you because it is going to require time, and it's not going to be the easiest thing to do. And most people want the path of least resistance. So keep all those things in mind. If you're a weekend warrior, probably not going to be as successful doing the things that I share with you. So with that out of the way, let's get back on track. I will do jiu-jitsu, and obviously I will make friends with the people I do jiu-jitsu with. One bonus tip is most places I stay tend to have a pool and a barbecue. And so what I do is, especially if there are UFC fights, for instance, I'll have a watch party at my house. And I'll invite the people over from jiu-jitsu. And I'll invite people over from the other methods that I am going to share with you later on in this video. So that is one way I build my social circle. Another way is just going to the gym. If you go to the gym consistently enough, you are going to meet people who are consistently at the gym. And in general, just say hey to people and start to make your presence known and felt. And you are going to start being known as a friendly person and as someone people are generally going to want to talk to. Now, not everyone is at the gym to socialize, and that is perfectly okay. But just saying hey and introducing yourself, perfectly normal thing to do. I'm not telling you need to go flirt and pick up all the chicks at the gym. Completely different. You are just trying to build social connections. And then, based on the social connections you create there, this could even be with trainers. And if you get along with these people, you can invite them out to do certain things. Or maybe they'll invite you to parties. I've been invited to multiple parties by my trainers at the gym because, in general, in my unbiased opinion, I'm a pretty cool dude. That's another thing I should point out. You need to be a pretty cool guy, an interesting guy. You don't want to be a weirdo. That's why I say you need to work on your social skills so that you aren't seen as weird, creepy, or just unpleasant to be around. And you'll notice a benefit of this is you're going to be getting your body right by doing jiu-jitsu, by going to the gym. So it's going to help you improve your looks as well. Then the third thing is just general events that you are interested in. I like going to business events. I like going to other things that involve my hobbies, so watch parties. If there is a club that is having a certain type of event, If there are any conventions going on in the country or area you're going to that interest you, go to those and make conversation and meet the people that you are hanging out with, because obviously they have similar interests to you. And it doesn't really matter. Obviously, I go to business things because I'm an entrepreneur. I run multiple businesses. And so in general, those are going to be higher value people. And so if you're into, I don't know, something super weird and nerdy and niche, you're probably not going to build a high value social circle, but you can at least build a social circle, and who knows, maybe you'll get lucky and run into someone who can introduce you to someone else, who can introduce you to someone else. And then finally, what I do is when I do use online dating, I would intentionally friend zone some of the women, but I would invite them to the pool party / barbecue / UFC watch party, and I would also have them invite their friends as well. And so this is one way I grew a social circle that wasn't just solely focused on dating. It is focused on making money. It is focused on building a network that could help me do things that I wanted to do, whether that was the things I mentioned before, tax accountants, lawyers, residency people. And then I should say, depending on who you are, and I don't know how to put this, if this interests you, you may want to make friends with club promoters, which I personally do not have a lot of experience doing because that's not really who I'm looking to make friends with. But I know people who have done this and it has worked really well for them. But I have made connections with like restaurant owners because fine dining is something that interests me. And then obviously they can get me into nicer restaurants, and then they tend to be connected to the other owners of fine dining restaurants. And sometimes those people are connected to club owners. And so you can see how this whole leads to a whole, what is it, like 7 degrees of separation or whatever it's called. And so in general, all those things are how I create a social circle wherever I go in the world. Like I said, not going to be the easiest thing, not going to be the fastest thing to accomplish. You're going to need to spend time in these places in order to accomplish this, because you can't just be a weekend warrior and think you're going to make all these networking connections unless you are just out of this world, crazy, charismatic, and unbelievable with unbelievably high status. It's in general just not going to happen that way. But if you want to build a high value, in particular, social circle wherever you go in the world, not just for dating, but for a whole host of other benefits, I can't even tell you how much money I've made because I'm able to do these things. Maybe I'll make a video on that. Then this is what I would recommend you do. This is what I do. And with all that said, that is going to wrap up this video. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate it. Comment down below if you would add any other recommendations. If you've built a social circle overseas, share below how you have done that. And I will see you guys in the next video. And as always, peace, much love.